thinking about this since it happened this afternoon. One of the most brilliant voices on the conservative right has been silenced, uh, and I cannot believe I'm even saying this, but conservative voice Charlie Kirk has been murdered in Utah at a college event, and a shooter who is apparently in custody uh, with one shot took the life of a father, husband, son, patriot, truth movement leader, voice for a generation. Charlie Kirk was 31 years old, and I want everybody to understand how young this man was at the time of his passing. He was born November 14, 1993. He was born November 14, 1993. He passed 9/10/2025. I mean, this is one of those moments in time where you'll never forget where you were when you hear that Charlie Kirk has passed. And, for all the talk liberals like to spew at us, for all this, comparing conservatives to, Hitler and saying they were Nazis and this and that. Stop and think over the discord of the last just 15 years. Okay? Who has been behind almost every one of these attacks? Liberals, anti conservative people, anti MAGA people, right? Hell, we just had an attack at a subway in New York where a black guy stabbed a young Ukrainian white girl on the neck and murdered her. And none of the people in that train did anything. They just said bye. Nobody even confronted this guy and tried to stop him. Now remember, when this happens on the other side, right? If someone who is a white person, even in self defense, kills a black person or somebody who's a liberal, the media covers this like crazy, right? They demonize immediately. But notice, Charlie Kirk was just murdered. And instantly the media's trying to turn this like he is responsible for his death. Look, guns don't kill people. Evil people kill people. Let's get that right. And right now, liberals are the ones committing these murders. Okay? They keep trying to pass the blame when it's them doing it. And I don't care if you're white or black, it doesn't matter. It's a mentality, a TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, and other media, biases and brainwashing that is causing people to act out like this. Donald Trump, our president, had the American flag at half, stat today, and lowered uh, because of what happened to Charlie Kirk, and I, I'm dumbfounded. I mean, I was having a generic day, and I heard he was going to be at a speech in Utah, and I was looking forward to watching it on YouTube and or Rumble, and I mean, 31 guys. I'm 47, and I cannot imagine losing my life at 31, and everything this man had, and I'm gonna put a picture of him up here. There you go. Look at that face. Look at that face, guys. Okay. I want you to understand there's nothing funny about what happened here. And when you see the level of evil that people are spewing, I'm going to get back to the president there in a second, but I want not only for those looking at Charlie Kirk here, but I want to expose somebody who really needs to be exposed. Before I do that, however, though, there's a picture I really want to put up here of Charlie and his beautiful wife and kids. And this hurts. I mean, this right here. Beautiful human being, his wife, and his kids. This is me posting on X, and the reason I posted this was because I do think it's time for a boycott of shows like South Park, The View, and a lot of these programs that are dealing with this hatred and spewing this nonsense. Skydance, who just are either they just purchased or are in transaction purchasing Paramount, I believe, and South Park belongs to a deal with them. I'm calling out to them because this entire 27th season of the show has been aimed at taking shots at Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, Charlie Kirk, ICE, and they're doing it with violence, with, not just your typical, joke here, joke there. No, this is pretty much their entire shtick for this entire season, and they're like 3 or 4 episodes in, and now Charlie Kirk is dead. Okay, folks, we gotta understand that while I am 100% for freedom of speech, 100% for gun access to people to protect themselves, I'm 100% for freedom of the Constitution. I'm a constitutionalist. I'm not a Republican or Democrat. But I do sit here with a hat, make America great again. Why? Because I do believe in our country. I believe in the rule of law. And I believe in honesty and transparency and common sense and logic. And Charlie Kirk was a hero in that. And I want to let the President of the United States, address this also. And in a video he posted here on X, and check this out.
To my great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight, all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom, and there's never been anyone who was so respected by youth. Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith, and we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven. Our prayers are with his wife, Erica, the two young, beloved children, and his entire family, who he loved more than anything in the world. We ask God to watch over them in this terrible hour of heartache and pain. This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith debate. His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever, to share his love of country and to spread the simple words of common sense. On campuses nationwide, he championed his ideas with courage, logic, humor, and grace. It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible. For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement officials, and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last year, which killed a husband and father, to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others, radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives. Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died, the values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God. Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country. An assassin tried to silence him with a bullet, but he failed, because together we will ensure that his voice, his message, and his legacy will live on for countless generations to come. Today, because of this heinous act, Charlie's voice has become bigger and grander than ever before, and it's not even close. May God bless his memory, may God watch over his family, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. And may God bless Charlie Kirk and his family. I am again at a loss for words on this tragedy. And I've posted a lot on my X. Here you see, guns don't kill people, Democrats do. Somebody posted that, I reposted it. By the way, if you want to follow me on X, it's very easy. It's at the Espino Report, TheEspino Report. So the Espino Report, and please follow me there. I post all my stuff on there. Uh, you know, Charlie Kirk was such a brilliant person. Listen to this audio of him on X. This is posted by Chillin' Effect, and this says, Charlie Kirk, I'm just flesh and bone. And this is quoting from Charlie directly. He said, I'm just flesh and bone, but more importantly, I'm a soul. And that soul is accountable to one being. And that's God. And God has a purpose for us all. I remember when Tupac died. I remember when Brandon Lee died. A lot of famous people die young, and you feel them as a fan of their work. Obviously, Tupac with his music, Brandon Lee with his movies, Bruce Lee with his movies. Favorite actors and musicians. Charlie Kirk wasn't an actor or a musician. He was a voice of reason and politics. And 31, a very young person, and such an important voice to not just the conservative movement, but to youth in general. I mean, Gen Z is lost at the moment, and we need more people like Charlie Kirk who are not only intelligent but have the vocabulary and the knowledge to debate anybody and disprove them on anything. I mean, I've never seen anybody go debate after debate after debate after debate. No matter what they threw at this man, he was amazing at replying on the spot, proving his point, and doing it with facts, logic, and reason. And, I use this on my podcast, Inside the Jackal's Head, all the time. This model that I've had for years, where I try to deliver realism for the masses. And better than me, Charlie Kirk did that on a daily basis, from all his events at college campuses to everything he did, outside, the spectrum of regular media, was amazing. Every time he did anything was an event, even when he attended, Republican conventions, and to get the president of the United States to address, your death is a big thing. So, listen to Charlie Kirk recently. Um, Again, his own words.
I'm just flesh and bone, but more importantly, I'm a soul. And that soul is accountable to one being. I mean, I've had an unbelievably blessed life. Been doing this now. It'll be 12 years on June 5th.
Such a young man to do it.
So young.
Yeah, so praise God. I mean, I've been all across the world. I've met with world leaders. I've flown in Air Force One, got to know a president. I have an amazing family. The podcast, Turning Point USA, all that stuff. And so you experience that, and you're like, what actually matters? What matters is your relationship with the divine, your relationship with your family, your kids, and maybe a close collection of friends, and your relationship with the truth. I'm just flesh and bone, but more importantly, I'm a soul. And that soul is accountable to one being. I mean, I've had an unbelievably blessed life. Been doing this now. It'll be 12 years on June 5th.
Such a young man to do it.
So young.
Yeah, so praise God. I mean, I've been all across the world. I've met with world leaders. I've flown in Air Force One, got to know a president. I have an amazing family. The podcast, Turning Point USA, all that stuff. And so you experience that, and you're like, what actually matters? What matters is your relationship with the divine, your relationship with your family, your kids, and maybe a close collection of friends, and your relationship with the truth. I'm just
That was what was taken today. Folks, we got to stop this divisive, idiotic behavior. If we're ever going to be in a world of peace, we got to do this on both sides, the left and the right. And it can't be just words. I'm not asking for any violence towards anybody on the left. We don't need violence to lead to violence. But I am asking for people to be held accountable. Obviously, the shooter, people who funded this assassination, media for continuously to promote this kind of nonsense. And yeah, I think shows like The View and South Park need to go away. when you promote violence towards people just for speaking facts, you don't belong anywhere shaping the minds of any youth. And shame on them for calling this person or Donald Trump or J.D. Vance Hitler. And one of the last episodes, well, actually, the entire episodes, all of them this season of Donald Trump has been aiming at calling him Hitler, basically, or saying he's the fucking devil, which was the latest thing now. And this needs to stop. Needs to stop. With heavy heart, I'm going to end this now. Again, folks, this is heartbreaking. As a fan, I had no, you know, main interactions with Charlie over the years. I've been a fan of his for a long time. The only thing I could say is I've posted in reply to some of his videos, and he's replied back a couple times, thanking me for posting positively about him, and I've always been a big fan and supporter of his for years. And I'm 47, he was 31, and for years he has been somebody who I just looked at and I'm like, man, such a young voice and such an important voice. So I'm very saddened by this, and all I can say is my thoughts, my condolences, and my love to his family, his kids. May he rest in peace. Again, gone too soon, Charlie Kirk. Folks, please again follow me on X, subscribe to my YouTube and Rumble channels, and all that other stuff. As this continues, I'm going to bring more updates on this, so please keep following along. And, man. Good night, everybody.